It's round 5 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. We are live from Worldwide Technology Raceway.
So it's day 1, St. Louis, round 5 I think we're at. So it's hotter than hell. The boys have been working all day because we just got finished the eBay Motor Shoot with Race Car Revival, and we worked all the way up until the last minute. Flew out yesterday, got in last night, came into the track 8 a.m. this morning, and the guys just been thrashing in this car ready to go, and it is ready to go right now. So about to head out for our first round of practice and then qualifying tonight.
And look, we have up next.
Boom, Chris the Force Forsberg. So Forsberg, the NOS Energy Drink, all new Z GT radial tires. So here we go. Let's see what Forsberg's got for us again. Talking about the championship, 3-time champion, first ever People's champ, dedicated drifter, not traditional racer. Now coming to that second outside zone, and all new Z really throws it in, almost dragging bumper on the wall. Nice job. Now comes to that third outside zone. Again, just making it look really smooth. Very, gets onto that rumble strip. So essentially, like again, it was declared in the drivers' meeting, red and white at that point. Essentially, it's off 45th anniversary Supra, the GR Corolla Circuit Edition. Pretty cool. So 79.66, 0 on the X Factor. So across the board, there's definitely an opportunity there. But that was again putting a safe one in the book.
Out here, St. Louis, qualified 4th, so I'm pretty stoked about that. I always end up qualifying pretty well here. Don't know why, but I guess me and this track just get along in terms of qualifying. Practice went pretty good today. We had some good leads, good chases, a couple little bings and bangs with some of the guys out there, but that's what drift is all about. So we got Connor O'Sully in top 32. I'm pretty excited. I've done some driving with him at New Jersey and in Riverside and in the rain and a bunch of stuff, so should be a fun battle for top 32, and then we'll see where we end up after that.
He might be already, we're already
advanced, yeah. Alex Jaeger, Connor O'Sullivan. Alex Jaeger operating out of that Forsberg Racing camp. That's why it's got that similar livery. Again, that NOS Energy Drink, Nissan 370Z against the RTS BMW. Mr. O'Sullivan. Alex Jaeger coming to us from the East Coast. And now here we go through that start chicane. Alex Jaeger. See how he initiates. O'Sullivan, a little bit late there. Oh, looks like Alex Jaeger getting into the dirt. Looks like 2, not as deep as sideways shot. Now in the second outside zone goes Jaeger. O'Sullivan pedaling back a little bit, dives in. Now Jaeger filling all of that third outside zone into that last and final outside zone. Barely getting those back tires in the GT radials, and O'Sullivan just seemed like coming up just a bit short on every zone. I am pulling up, and y'all are there in the lobby cranking some.
Yeah, it felt like it was Saturday, not Wednesday.
Right, yeah, and everybody's just talking about drifting and courses and this and that, so yeah, it's pretty funny. All right, here we go. Let's alternate the order. O'Sullivan and Jaeger coming in that first outside zone. O'Sullivan really tidy there. Man, you can't even see Jaeger. Look at that, all up in that smoke, but he does find that second outside zone. O'Sullivan looking way more comfortable out front. He's got the clean air. Jaeger, you barely see the window of that Nissan 370Z, and looks like O'Sullivan digs deep. Jaeger is right on that line, the orange matching the orange, so you can see just blending right in like a chameleon. They're listening to reason. Here we go, Alex Jaeger, Connor O'Sullivan. Sliding left for O'Sullivan, and O'Sullivan, look at that. So definitely want to get a headset on here from one of y'all. Robbie, you want to talk? Let's wrap out with Robin Sheeta. He's writing down some.
Why are we packing up? Why are we packing up? What's going on?
Again, dude.
Yeah, what happened earlier?
What do you think happened earlier? We bailed out. Too late, buddy. Oh, Ray went on a little field trip, so he didn't have to get all wet.
Don't expose me.
I was there. Drenched. Jackson, what are you doing?
What happened to him before that he wants to expose me about is we were doing errands.
Oh.
Yeah, we were doing our job, and then
What were you doing?
Our job.
That? Riding in the back of a truck?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, I'm not gonna lie to you, and I like to be honest, I'm pretty sure I fell asleep too.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Chris.
You gotta stop.
I know.
Jimmy cranked up Ride the Lightning on the radio, and we're running around with a lot of metal sticks.
And I'm on top of the dang trailer ripping these dudes that flipped over the next guy.
That's why you're Chris the Force Forsberg.
Oh yeah, dude, blocking it out.
Se viene una tormenta.
Wait, what?
Se viene una tormenta. Storm coming.
Don't post that.
Okay, that was...
that? Oh, you can't post that. Never mind, you can't post that.
Yeah, it's from the end of Terminator. Fucking get cultured. This is Chris's song. If you didn't know, pay attention. Here's what happened when I rode the Lightning last time. I don't even need glasses anymore. Also, I don't know if anybody knows this, cows are milking themselves.
Wait, what? Alright guys, well, I'm gonna pan this way. How are we looking weather-wise?
Okay, so we're out here in St. Louis. Meteorologist Alex Martini representing Torque Motorsport. It's bad out here, guys. It was 105 degrees. It was great on the old pale skin, and now it's that. I think what you're about to see, though, is you're about to see lightning go off. Ready? 5, 4, no. 3, 2, ka-chow.
Oh my god.
I saw my joke.
Yeah, it was like, that was so jealous.
Yeah. Welcome to the internet.
And I'm doing my shit like
Look out!
Oh god, here comes the idiot.
Here comes a wild boy. Dash cam. Be careful, we need him.
right, got our first battle here in 32. Chris, the Force Forsberg, qualifying 16th. Kyle Mohan qualifying 17th. Where are we gonna land? So Forsberg, NOS Energy, all new Nissan Z on GT radial tires. Kyle Mohan here in his renewable lubricants, Mazatrix RX8. Forsberg comes out of the chute blazing, big angle, fills all that outside zone 1. Coming to outside zone 2. Kyle Mohan dives into the nose, good proximity, has to back off a little bit now into outside zone 3. Fills all of it and almost gets to that red and white wall. And again, just showing you the driving prowess. Now that last outside zone, keep in mind, if you hit that red and white, that is off course. So again, that red and white rumble strip on outside zone 4, that is, imagine, going off course, and is not forgiving at all as well.
Yeah, it's always a possibility. So let's see how these two match up right now. Kyle qualified fairly high here, 17th versus 16, so
right
he's got
there.
a great opportunity.
Yep, fairly equally matched. I know Chris Forsberg here, he's going to apply the pressure. He can't just kick back here, but again, you don't want to apply the pressure too much. Again, we've seen some great things from Kyle Mohan. We'd love to see him advance, but you know who doesn't? Chris Forsberg. Here we go, Kyle Mohan in that second outside zone. He drags that tail in. There goes Forsberg, surging in attack. So a little bit closer proximity and really mimicking that angle. Both of them getting that third outside zone in that last and final outside zone, keeping it off the wall. Both of them go in. Looks like Kyle Mohan does exceed a little bit. Looked like almost just dropping a tire as he hit that cone. Now that cone does denote the finish line. You need to keep control of your vehicle, which you have seen, and we have seen vehicles lose it and basically get incomplete.
Yes, we have. So Kyle does a better job in the lead here than he did in the chase earlier. You can see he's positioning his car in all the boxes. That's zone 2 right there, but Forsberg is mimicking exactly what he's doing. You can see he's on the same line right there. Kyle did not fill outside zone 3 completely. He got into the box, but he left it early. Forsberg was there to mimic what he was doing though, stayed with him, and actually hit the end of the that cone there that marks the end of the zone. So let's have a look here at what we all said.
I assume they're going to slide him all left, you, Ryan, as well. And there it is. Unfortunate for Kyle Mohan, he's knocked out. But Chris Forsberg gets the win. Again,
Yeah, get me.
Going back to the pit.
Yeah, going in. Just realized we're like, you know, they're still doing a little work on the car. But we should probably go. Got real windy real fast. And it didn't go well yesterday.
Like anybody else noticed. You guys notice it rains a lot in St. Louis? Watch out, there's a flood. You'll never stop it. Oh, Domino's. Now I'm yummy Domino's. Look it up for later. Looking at my mirror, that's another 20. Oh, you guys have snacks and stuff.
Somehow we got the water pit.
Yeah, right? We got the lake.
Just look, there's 12 spaces right there.
I know.
Drive. It's hilarious. Congratulations, guys. That was a good one.
See, look at that guy. Enjoy it. Then don't. See, I want to show that I'm nice to you.
I know I'm your favorite.
Actually, you are my favorite. No, I like that guy too.
He's alright, he's alright.
But that's why he's all quiet. He's doing that own way. I don't want any
I'll run my mouth. Okay,
better than this guy. He's not even here.
Sulking still?
No, he's riding his BMX bike right now. Like, oh, you the fuck out.
the Forsberg.
So here we go again. I'm Jared Deenda, Ryan Sage next to me. We're going to be calling the action. Chris Forsberg, Kazuya Taguchi. Kazuya Taguchi, notably #1 qualifier, and this is the first battle he's going to be seeing outside of practice. So this is where push comes to shove, right? So here's Kazuya Taguchi. He's been chilling, seen many different conditions, but now he's going against a driver, Chris Forsberg, who has seen competition already. And Chris Forsberg earlier on, he went against Kyle the Menace Mohan, and Kazuya Taguchi will lead, given that #1 qualifying position. So they did complete their sight laps. They got a little bit of a feel. Here goes Kazuya Taguchi in that first outside zone. The lights are on, and there it is. How is the smoke going to affect the drivers as well? Maybe it's minimized due to the wet conditions. Very smooth by Kazuya Taguchi. You see Chris Forsberg get in that pocket. Could be a little bit deeper here, but great proximity and really mimicking that angle. Looks like he drops back a little bit, but then slides in. Kazuya Taguchi deep in that last outside zone. Keep in mind the red and white rumble strip on outside zone 4. If you hit that, you're off course. So take that into consideration. It could be still anybody. Here we go. Chris Forsberg. Looks like we got a clean start. Forsberg initiates. Not entering Nissan Z, and Kazuya Taguchi tucks into the smoke. Here goes Chris. Big angle there from Forsberg. And oh, look at that. Kazuya Taguchi falls back. He was been absolutely flawless. But again, it might have hurt him as he's been sitting on the bench waiting to do battle with that #1 qualifying position. And Kazuya Taguchi gets inside of him. All right, so
oh boy.
Yeah, so we expected this. We expected contact going off of Pro Spec, going off of 32. Was Kazuya too aggressive? Was Forsberg kind of, rolling slow through there? Let's take a look here.
Yeah, I think there may be a scenario here. I mean, the run is over, the battle is over, but watch Taguchi here in the chase position. Right here, he completely misses outside zone 2, almost kind of has to reinitiate. I think that maybe some judges would even consider that very, very close to an incomplete. But as he's trying to make up ground here, you can see they get into this very last section of outside zone 4. There's contact there, and the run stops. And of course, this white line that Taguchi is on right there, Jared, is the finish line. That's different from previous years. Here it is once again. You can see Forsberg gets back to green, and Taguchi was at a really big closing pace. However, I did see one of the judges put their arm up in the air and make a 0 symbol near outside zone #2.
Ryan, we're going to be utilizing these decel lights, I believe, here through the night. Color blue.
Yeah, and the red is our definition of a decel. It's a proprietary number that we have that nobody knows. So when you see it go to red, that is the definition of what we call a visual decel. It means that it should be able to be seen by the human eye. When you get the gradients of yellow, that's just going to be slowing down before you get to that decel.
And here we go. It's unanimous. Chris Forsberg gets the win.
The entire body of the Pro Series is decelerating into that red area. So what that does is that
outside zone 3 is super quick. End of right there and middle, end of 2 is slick. Right there, it's slick again. See him stepping out. Yeah. And 4, I got you. And 4 is like ice, terrible. Yeah. So watch. Yeah. Like lose it. How's our first outer? First outer is pretty dry. Like I think I barely even hit the line. Yeah. I couldn't get any speed down the straight.
Did you run the full test lap?
Yeah. And like I kind of felt that too. Like it was all slick going up into it, and I kind of missed it there too. And I just thought that based on the rest of the course, maybe the inside is a little dry and the outside is going to be slick like the rest of the course. So when I got my lead run, I went for the outside line, and it's pretty dry on the outer line. So yeah, top 16 we had Kazuya, who was #1 qualifying. He won here last year. Obviously going to be a ripper, but we got that huge storm that you probably just saw. Soaked everything down. The track was still patchy, especially in the run-up, outer 2, 3, and 4. It was pretty dry in outer 1, which was weird. I kind of missed outer 1 because it like hooked up. We were like pushing with him. I felt great in my chase, but then coming out of 3, we both hit that slick spot. We like kind of over-rotated. He over-rotated. I had to slow up to not hit him. He rotates back, and I came on the inside. I was like, lead run, it felt freaking awesome. Kind of hitting all the marks, except for outer one. I was a little off of there. And yeah, he straightened out going into 2 or in the middle of outer 2. And then he hit us at the last turn because I guess he came over and said he was trying to make up ground and push a little too hard. So I'll take it.
So is it better that you think you gotta chase first and then the lead?
There's a thing about, there's pros and cons to chasing first versus leading first, especially in these kind of conditions. Chasing first is better because the lead run just has to do the run and the chase driver just follows that car wherever he goes. And it's easier to mimic a car versus testing the waters, right? I mean, yes, I kind of did get a little crossed up after he did. There was a little domino effect there, leaving 3 into 4. So that still can happen, but in these conditions, I think it's better to chase first.
What do we got? Here we go. Chris Forsberg will lead. Denofa giving chase. See how they handle that outside zone 1. Boom, right into it. Chelsea Denofa looks like he's banging doors with Chris Forsberg into that second outside zone. Here goes Forsberg. Denofa drops into formation after a quick little tap out of the gate. Really good proximity. There's Denofa. Great angle and a good lead. Oh! A massive punt by Denofa. Oh, man. That was quite a hit from the back on transition. Let's take a look at it again. Let's back it up.
My goodness.
You could see Denofa.
Look at this snap
around
here. That is a great initiation from Forsberg, but there's Denofa right in the pocket. Another quick snap back around, transitioning to outside zone 2. Denofa super close, trying to mimic on the transition to 4. You can see Denofa is going to start surging forward, grips up, hits Forsberg in the back. Forsberg goes off course and into our fence line. Unbelievable.
So let's take a look at this again. Boom, bang. Here's where the questions lie. Forsberg was in transition. You see him hit him from the back. The chase car needs to give way to that lead car. That's just an awkward position for Denofa to hit Forsberg. Taking a look.
That's also the decel zone area, right? So once they transition, there's a decel, and then you get into outside zone 4. So intuitively, it feels like that's going to be on Denofa. Really tough hit though. Forsberg obviously went about, 80 feet.
Chris isn't hurt, right? He's fine?
Just spun him around. Mark stick cleaned up, or we'll do water, and then that, and then this right here. Here's another set, wipe it dry, right? Dump that, and then use this sprayway in that. You can dump that in the Ready? Ready? Whenever you want it. What's up? Oh shit. Somebody got a bunch of zip ties and shit? Jackson, where's the zip ties? Right there. Get the back up. Get the back up. I guess it on. Good on toe, Jimmy. I'm gonna check it again.
Okay.
Push the car, pass it, roll forward. Push, Jim.
Chris Forsberg, and then awesome energy drink, all new Nissan Z. Yeah, it seems like a lifetime ago we saw the back end of that Z getting punted by Denova. Just slide on by, drop into formation. That could have definitely had a different outcome. But here we go. Chelsea Denova out front. Chris Forsberg in that chase position. Denova, I feel, is going to get really aggressive here in that first outside zone. Gets a little bit into the dirt and a lot into the dirt, and that's going to be. Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. Don't know what's going on. Okay. All right. Well, I think this is just to finish out this run here. I'm going to salvage the car. Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. We got some extracurricular stay after class here. You boys are going to detention. And yeah, so it looks like yeah, I think both these guys, you know, again, we're running hot. We're running hot out here, kids, and just having some fun. Let's take a look at it again here, Ryan. What did you see?
Yeah, I mean, Denova just angles up on the end of outside zone 1, and that's going to end the run right there. That would be an incomplete. All of this is just for fun or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Pick your
anger,
yeah,
frustration. Yeah, I mean, this is these guys have exchanged words. They've exchanged body panels before, and I think it continues here. And Denova pulls up. Looked like Denova threw a little shaka at him, but I think he's going to shaka his way back into the pits as Chris Forsberg gets the win.
Got a bit more. Yeah. Why did he wait for him? Yeah, I wouldn't want that fucker behind me again either. Sight for sore eyes right there. Pretty rad. That's the only thing I could.
I'm like, I'm not letting him pass me. There's no way I'm gonna let him pass me.
I do like how, yeah. I like when you go around and you came back around like, you press it, let's go.
And I saw you dip, and I'm like, he's giving me room. I'm gonna go, cause
I don't know if I was trying to, but I was trying to like just not hit you.
Right.
So you got back in
oh
front.
man.
Well, I guess we're gonna finish the run.
Yeah, well, I was like, no way. The pass is definitely not happening. But we're gonna finish this run for sure. Yeah, just
double,
like
double Renault reverse cars.
Oh, I know. that was something for sure. Good run. Good luck, bro. That was a good one.
Yeah. This run felt great. Did my lead run, and as we're transferring Like, I know I stayed in the pedal all the way through the right-hander, transferred hard on the brakes in the decel zone, and he punted me off track. He got it incomplete, so it was like, all I gotta do is, follow and not mess up. And he looped in turn one, just tried to, Chelsea himself, and took himself out. It was like all he could do was try and put down a superheater and have me mess up. He looped out, I came to a stop, missed him, and just like clutched it out of the way and went around him. And then he dumped it around and put it back in front of me, and then we ended up running the rest of the lap for no reason. But I don't know, I guess we're putting on some sort of show out there.
Microfiber, nose it down with some shit, get it cleaned up, and then put tape on the inside.
Inches, and I always say it, the game of inches in between your ears.
A lot of this, a lot of that, a lot of what have you.
Yeah. Here we go. Our first battle of the Type S Final Four. The field suspension S chassis. Odie Bakshis, Chris Forsberg in tow. Oh, Forsberg gets to the side, and we got body parts flying. Holy cow. You said we wanted to get a straight up shot, but man.
I should just stay quiet.
Yeah.
What I want to see.
Yeah, again, I introduced Matt Sopa to the announcer's curse, and just like that, Forsberg initiates, gets to the side of Odie Bakshis. It looks like too aggressive. A hush falls over the Forsberg Racing pit. Looks like a headlight goes shooting out. Sign out there.
Let's take a look here, Jared. You see that little snap there from Odie.
Boom.
Forsberg coming up, and that's where we get contact. Happens very early in the run. I think what were we halfway through the zone? You can see Forsberg trying to left foot brake there. Odie looked like he was just running general pace, at least from the two shots that I saw. You can see he goes to neutral for a second. On the initiation, hits red real briefly, and then the contact happens. I think that is about halfway through the zone.
Yeah.
I'll chase you. Don't touch yourself. Get up there. Good. Got that. Speed going in the zone. Full range. Full range. I'll put a little bit through it. Let's go be back. And the two adjustables. Which one did you loosen? Did you tighten it all back? Yes, right here. Did you tighten it all back? Yes, we're good. Good? Yeah, it's a fucking 8 over. Now we're just gonna take it out. Good to go. All out of here. 30 seconds. Line up for a fist bump.
Yeah. Here we go. Our first battle of the Type S Final Four. The field suspension S chassis. Odie Bakshis, Chris Forsberg in tow. Oh, Forsberg gets to the side, and we got body parts flying. Holy cow. You said we wanted to get a straight up shot, but man.
I should just stay quiet.
Yeah.
What I want to see.
Yeah. Again, I introduced Matt Sopa to the announcer's curse, and just like that, Forsberg initiates, gets to the side of Odie Bakshis. It looks like too aggressive. A hush falls over the Forsberg Racing pit. Looks like a headlight goes shooting out. And there's that side skirt of Odie Bakshis. That initially
very early in the run. I think
the gang sign out there.
Let's take a look here, Jared. You see that little snap there from Odie.
Boom.
Forsberg coming up, and that's where we get contact. Happens very early in the run. I think what were we halfway through the zone? You You can see Forsberg trying to left foot brake there. Odie looked like he was just running general pace, at least from the 2 shots that I saw. You can see he goes to neutral for a second. On the initiation, hits red real briefly, and then the contact happens. I think that is about halfway through the zone.
Yeah.
Fun. Let's go.
Yep. There's the decel map. You can see there's no decel. You want to accelerate there, so you know, do the brake lights come into play there? We talked about that earlier.
There's always going to be a little bit of a change of momentum when you're going from straight to sideways. And watch, you'll see Odie. He goes neutral real quick, then red very briefly. But the contact happens quite a ways down. So what the judges are going to be looking at is whether or not there was sustained momentum from Odie, or if Forsberg had increased acceleration leading up to the point of contact.
Hush falls over the crowd as we're getting ready to send it. The lights extinguish and away they send it. Here we go. Chris Forsberg out front. Odie Bakshi's in a chase position. Forsberg initiates, strongly battered and bruised, but definitely not knocked out in that second outside zone. Some gap being created here between Forsberg and Bakshi's. And again, it looks like Odie's playing a tempered approach here in that final outside zone. Goes Forsberg, and there goes Bakshi's. So again, not exactly the most aggressive chase job, but that's exactly what it needed to do. That was, I believe, strategic.
Unplug that pigtail, get it up here, I'll take it right to that. Trying to go again. Trying to run you guys.
Trying to run with you guys.
Oh, really?
Trying to run you assholes.
I hope so.
Odie red light is going into turn 1. It's not a decel zone.
Really? Big time. Red light.
It's not a decel zone.
Right to a blue entering the box.
It's the only decel zone is going into 2 and 4. You're supposed to maintain going into 1. I watched his previous runs and he didn't red light. It just like dips down, maybe the yellow and like or blue.
It's been pretty interesting.
Yeah, at least. Whoa, stay hot in here?
Oh, yeah.
It's getting hot. It's getting hot.
I'm not taking off my clothes just yet.
Well, the plot thickens here in St. Louis, and rightfully so. Basically, there was a protest that was submitted, and it is being accepted and approved.
As you see in the run here, what they basically protested was Odie's lights coming on in a non-decel zone according to the decel map, and as you saw there right between the 2 and 1 cone, the lights do come on the windshield red. So clearly there was a decel that was there. What we did was then we looked at what was also happening with Forsberg's car, and as we saw, we kind of went with the fact of shared fault because Forsberg was still accelerating pretty heavily prior to that happening. So basically we put shared fault on both drivers for that incident there. As a result of that, that run gets washed. The tricky part is going into the second run where we would normally judge under that. Odie and his team would basically be under the impression based on the first call that that was an incomplete because the judges had assigned fault to Forsberg for that hit. So we felt that that second run wasn't truly based on how it should have gone down, where he wasn't driving like a 100% run for that. So we decided to just go ahead and wash the whole thing and do it one more time for both drivers and get a clean run from both guys and have a fair battle here for the advancing driver.
Basically a rerun here. Odie Bakshi's will lead, Chris Forsberg giving chase. Now we'll find out who is going against Frederick Osbo in the finals. Odie Bakshi's coming through in that start chicane, now transitioning in, and then coming into that first outside zone. Chris Forsberg giving chase, transitioning now into that second outside zone. Goes Chris before it's Forsberg. Odie Bakshi's a bit of separation here between Odie Bakshi's coming to that last outside zone. Both of them transitioning fluidly into that last, again, zone. Who's going to advance on? Did Odie Bakshi's, what did he do? Let's send it. Let's find out who's going against Frederick Osbo in the finals. After a protest was implemented, here goes Chris on initiation, goes to that first outside zone. Odie Bakshi's dropping into formation. Big, massive angle here from Chris Forsberg. Looks like he comes in on the inside, short sheets it a little bit, now into that third outside zone. Coming to that last outside zone. Here comes Forsberg, here comes Odie. And looks like Forsberg comes across, and Odie barely misses the nose.
You can see here, red, 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 almost through 3/4 of the run. Now, it doesn't seem to affect Odie, but obviously that was where we got to the overturn, right? Yep. Now, I don't know that that's even going to play a huge factor, because right here we see Chris nearly go 2 tires off there towards the end.
And he was really short on that outside zone too. Watch outside zone 2.
Super short. Here's outside zone 1 again. Transitioning back through the smoke line. Odie seems to be using this as underlying motivation to get him through this run. A crazy turn of events. And there it is. And hopefully we've got ourselves a winner.
For Team Grasp at Straws, I think they were utilizing, the rules, and here it is. So even though it gets, reversed, Odie Bakshi still stands on top of this battle.
Yeah, I don't blame Forsberg's team at all. I mean, they are using the system that we've decided to put in place, and
Absolutely.
so you can't blame teams for utilizing everything that's at their disposal.
No, we blew it. Sorry for getting Odie all pissed off.
I'm all excited, dude.
I know, I wanted to become enemies tonight.
Man.
Come on, hurry up, I'm gonna get a hug.
God damn you, Chris.
Sorry.
Sorry.
They definitely wicked it up. I could not keep up on that first one. And then he's burning himself down.
Hey, it was fun pitting next to you guys this weekend, dude.
Yeah.
It was fucking awesome, dude. That shit was teamwork, dude.
We were supposed to meet you guys there. So tried to do it. Yeah, even had a second chance.
Yeah. Fuck that up too.
Dude, that was a absolutely insane night. We had some crazy battles. The wildest moments with Chelsea, hands down. And then we were going hot and heavy with Odie. Hit Odie in outer zone 1 in the chase position. They deemed it my fault. I felt that it wasn't, because he just felt like he never picked up the throttle. We pitched in just like anybody else, and we just slowly coasted into him. Did the second run, pulled on him, had like 2 car lengths on him, but I'm sure he was playing it safe, as one would, as I would, if you were sitting on a, incomplete from the other run, from the other driver. And so that all ends, we protested it because we've, according to the Formula Drift decel map, there is no decel zone there, and his red light came on, and he didn't pick up the throttle until after the outer zone started. So he should have been in the momentum, in the pedal, on the throttle, much sooner. So the judges eventually deemed it as a neutral fault, and basically gave it a 1 more time. And so we got the rerun, and it's a bummer because he definitely wicked his car up. Because the next run, we got in with him into 1, we rotated into 2, and once we both got in the pedal, I think maybe he was on the pedal just 1 second sooner, half second, milliseconds. And as I got into power, he pulled like 2 car lengths on us. We rode it back in by the end, and we followed him through, but we knew we were at a deficit. Fast forward into the next run, my car I came through the chicane, and the car kind of lit off this way, and that's actually a big no-no. You're not supposed to do a 3-move initiation. And even though it wasn't like a big drift and feigning back and forth, it did still step out, and I knew it, and it kind of messed me up, because I instantly was like, that's a 0. So flicked it in hard, carried it in, and tried to do a big snap into 2. It kind of clocked itself over on the nose. just because I was trying to go extra points since I knew he had the advantage after the first run. Going into outer 3, filled outer 3 out, clicked into outer 4, you know, big angle coming out of 3, snapped over, and then I was trying to slow the car down, got the rear tire right on the edge of the rumble strip, just enough to hit that wet paint, and it just kind of like tracked it up and over the edge, and we you know, put a tire off going through the finish, which is that standing cone that hit the rear wheel. Fought to the bitter end, you know, which was rad. Didn't go out to a technicality. Went out to driving like absolute psychos, like we did all night. The runs with Chelsea though were totally nuts. You know, it was like I felt like, you know, I was on a heater on my lead run, and he punched in for that final turn and hit me right in the back, pushed me into the fences, and so they had to drag me out. It was covered in mud. Had to get all the mud out of the tires, out of the car, and everything. And then the next run, Chelsea went full Chelsea mode, kind of like I did in my second run on my last run, and just he flicked into turn 1, overcooked it, over-rotated it, and I snapped back out of it to, you know, go get back around, not crash into him and finish the run. He goes full Chelsea mode, rotates back, passes me back, and I'm like, okay, well I guess we're drifting now, even though the run's been over. So then I get back in the pocket, and we end up like completing the whole run and all the way out in front of the fans. So that was probably the most fun run of the night for everybody, I would say, because it was the only run that was that out of the norm. It was like a double Uno reverse card, double pass move going on. So outside of that, finished 4th overall, which is great. Semifinals, got a lot of points. I don't know where we ended up, but we're shooting back up. So awesome weekend. The guys killed it. Car was flawless, no issues. Our biggest issue was keeping the car cool, because it was like 100 degrees out, and you know, alternator's getting hot, car's getting warm. Never overheated, never had an issue, but just trying to maintaining it, right? You know, clutch is getting warm, all that stuff. And so just trying to maintain those peak temps, keeping the car on track, which we did. We made every run, no issues. The only issue is we have about half as many body panels than we used to. So Street Hunter is about to punch out a whole new kit for us, and we're gonna rebuild that whole car for Seattle. So see you then.